Yeah,
I don't want people to think as, oh, I mean, it's true that we are one of the best NFT projects that bring in such a amount of whitelist,
yeah,
but I don't want them to be just think as that's it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah,
I always anywhere I go, I met a lot of Kongo famine, Kongo. I mean, Jubers famine, a Kongo as well. But I always talk about Searchify and the Jubers anywhere I go.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Agree.
and just want to love to share a little bit more details. Active in the Korean chat sometime. Try to explain to them like what is really Jubers can do.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, I mean, once again, I guess, everyone will should be talking later on, but just wanna, I don't know, I thought it was a suggestion was it's good to, use me as a tool sometime if you really kind of. I know Elon and me has a different time frame, so
mm,
which is Elon could be sleeping right now, but I'm awake because I'm like what 10 a.m.
mm, mm.
So if you really have some important message that you want to share with the Korean community as well, yeah, I mean, you could use me as a tool. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I just want, people to think something and see a little bit more value Juvers as just rather than, holding, staking it so he could get a whitelist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agree. I like to see it this way. I agree with you that about project. I mean, this is just a chat. With Richard before we actually start. But I think he pointed out something very great, and I just want to address it. It's true that we have one of the best whitelists in the space. Because one is because of our reputation that we have built. Second is because of our collab team who are always on the hunt. We actually have like a few tools that we are using to hunt projects very early on. So for example, like Oceans of Terra, which is a pretty hype project now that just got on free NFT. We were actually one of the early ones that got it, and that is through some of the tools that we are using. So I think is I mean, let's just acknowledge, right, that our giveaways are in a way what everyone talks about, and it's kind of this entry point to why everyone enters ZooVerse, and that's okay. And I like to say that last time I also think that was only our only strength to have one of the best giveaways, and I kept talking about it. But over time, I came to realize that if we only focus on giveaways, people will only come in and just join for the giveaways, like one click, and then they'll disappear. Then at the end of the day, right, we only be as good as our giveaways, which is not what we want at the end of the day. And that's the reason why over the past few months, I have been kind of like prioritizing more on first partnership, and second, how do we grow that community engagement from our end so that people when they come and join ZooVerse, right, they don't only think that, oh, ZooVerse is just a place for giveaways, but it's a place that, oh, giveaways is there are good giveaways, but there are also one whole bunch of alpha people who are all from ZooVerse. There's also some solid partnerships, and ZooVerse also hosts occasional and periodic events to ensure that holders can actually earn some rewards and find out more about our community. And that was one of the reason why we did the event previously as well. So that's our focus, and also why I've been a bit more active on Twitter to openly shield ZooVerse, because I'm proud of what we built, and I don't think that we should be the ones that hide under the shadow and just let people know that we have the best giveaway. But we also have one of the best alpha team. We have some of the best partners, and we also have a whole bunch of solid team members, and we have a strong bunch of community where people can come in and feel like they are part of something bigger, because that is where we can actually develop holders who advocate for ZooVerse, and not just holders, saying that, oh, ZooVerse is good for giveaways. But I want our holders to go and say ZooVerse is not only good for giveaways. ZooVerse has a solid team, solid alpha, and they continuously do community engagement events and look for ways to improve, such that this can be a space where everyone can learn from each other, and everyone can just see this as a place to take a break from their real life and learn something new, and just making friends talk all around the world, such that wherever they go around the world, they know that there's a ZooVerse member who can bring them around. That is basically what I am focusing on now, a lot more of marketing outreach exposure for ZooVerse. So this is just to share with everyone my thoughts before we actually start the AMA. So Okay, so I'll just take this time to kickstart the whole AMA. So first off, for everyone here, if you guys know of other ZooVerse holders who are available, get them to join this AMA, because one thing that this is something that we are also improving on, right, which is also the attendance, our community engagement, because like what I said, people have only known us for giveaways. So whenever we share this kind of updates and all, right, one thing is just how the space is. People just don't really care that much. But I choose not to succumb to that and say that people don't care, why should I do it? But I rather choose to believe in the fact that I can convert every one of us here to actually be people who are interested to know how we are moving ahead. And that is why that I'm always pushing for lots of events to happen, that I'm always pushing for not only myself, but for holders to get other of their friends or those members to join into our EMA, such that they know exactly what is happening as well. So yeah, this is just to share with everyone. So with that, I would like to take this time to start our this segment called ZooVerse Direct, which is basically our community update, monthly community updates session. Right, and the whole reason why we actually thought of this name, ZooVerse Direct, is because this was actually suggested by one of our member, and we felt that it was a very good suggestion because it just conveys direct communication between us and you, and it's also a reflection of our commitment to transparency and direct engagement with all of you, because we have nothing to hide. We are all just Zoovers holders, and we are all just doing what we can to ensure that while you are with us, we take care of you by giving you guys great benefits, giving you guys a space where you guys can enjoy. And for this Zoovers Direct session, there's a few things that we are going to share with you. We're going to share with you some of the updates that we have implemented over the past few weeks, and updates on our rebranding progress, and also what are some of the key events that happened during the month of March, which we want to share with you exactly what are the interesting things that happened. And last but not least is something that I've been working on as well, which is a very huge improvement to our newcomers guide. And you guys will be the first to actually see this. Is not only just going to be a Discord channel, is going to be really amazing, and it has a lot more information that not only helps our newcomers, but actually can potentially help people to you can actually potentially help people to learn more about ZooVerse just from this improvement alone. So with that, I would like to pass the time over to Oi, our founder, my partner, my co-founder partner, to kick off and share with him what he has in mind. Oi, are you there? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll just add on quickly to what Oi has shared. What Oi shared about, yeah, you might not see it in main comms, but the back end is we have been, so basically Oi is the one that's managing the overall creative direction of ZooVerse. That means from the part of you know planning out what is the next step going to be, the changing of the art, liaising with the artists, the Gen 2 art, revamping of the website, and how would the website look like, what are the home how would the whole sequence of events work out when you click on a certain link in the website. So all of this takes time, and all is the one that actually plans everything out behind the scenes. So for us, the reason why sometimes you guys might think that, oh, because NFT space things move very fast, right? You might think that, why are we moving so slow? The whole reason why we are moving so slow is, one, we want to make sure that we because of the funds that we have left. For those of you who are new, basically what happened to our main funds was it got gambled away by the previous founder, and that was the whole reason why we decided to over ZooVerse. So that means that every single step that we take has to be planned out carefully. And throughout this process, there were a little bit of challenges that we had to navigate because of certain costs that we had to negotiate, certain costs that we had to discuss, and certain things and things that we have to take out, that we have to add in based on this. So all of this takes time, and we also don't have an in-house staff and an in-house artist to do everything at the back of our core. And that's the one of the reason why we want to make sure that we do it properly, especially since we have this amount of funds to work with. We wanted to make sure that no matter what, this will happen, but we don't want to make it in a way that, oh, we rush to make it happen and then come up with some half-fuck standard. That's not what we want to do. We rather do it in a way where we give you guys constant updates on what is happening. That's the whole reason why we are doing this ZooVerse Direct. Every month we let you guys know this is what's happening. Even if this certain month with there's not a lot of updates, or there's a little bit of updates, we are still going to do this ZooVerse Direct. We are going to be direct and honest with everyone to say that, hey guys, this month we haven't made any improvement, any changes, because this is why it is. We're not going to give any excuse and say, yeah, we have not made any changes because the market is like this. That is a stupid excuse. But we always back up why certain things were not happening because of certain roadblocks here and there, and that is our whole reason for being direct and being honest with you. So this is just to share. And while always working on the creative side, I myself am working on the operations and the outreach of ZooVerse. That means managing our alpha team, managing our collab team, managing our partnerships, which I'm going to touch on a little bit more as well soon. So yeah, this is just to share a little bit of my thoughts. And I think I want to pass the time to Oi because he wants to answer some question.
Benar, benar. Di sini. Lele, 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 lele. Coba apa sih? Apa sih?
yeah, guys, we basically don't want to overpromise and say that, yes, it's going to be freaking hype, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, because that will just basically it is overpromise. And right now, what we know is yes, we'll be in their ecosystem, and for resort list, I can tell you guys that I'm going to try my best to get it for us, and I will do my best. I can't give you guys any promise because previously for ordinal coups it was a bit particular as it was hand selected from queues. But I think for resort list, we are in talks with the other co-founder of Yoga Pets, which is Kakarot, and we are going to chat with them, and going to get some. Hopefully, they'll be able to give us an allocation on resort list on account of our partnership. So rest assured that we will do our best to get that for you guys. And another thing is, yeah, basically we want to make, because now everything is still in development, right? And their whole ecosystem, in a way, we will get a lot more information after they mint out on how, all these technical side behind about integrating ZooVerse inside, letting our holders be able to access inside their ecosystem and gaining additional boost to prana and things like that. So once we have more information about that, which probably will come closer to their mint date, then we'll be sure to update you guys.
Astrid, sorry to interrupt you, but I think I might be able to help a little bit if you want me to share from my
Yes.
side.
Yes, please.
So I'm involved with two teams that are currently have partnerships with Yoga Pets, and so obviously, I don't want to speak on definite, but I think there's a high chance everything will be quite similar. One thing is that all partnerships have been guaranteed resort lists, especially you guys being one of the first ones. I know there's a guarantee there. All the amounts vary though, so the amounts will definitely vary. But I mean, you guys, ZooVerse will get resort lists. And then the second thing is I don't know what details you provided, but yeah, all partners will also have their own island that they'll each holder of the partnership will be able to actively generate prana by participating within their what do they call it, like their mindfulness activities, or what I think the word they use. So it's like joining meditation sessions. Being a ZooVerse holder will then be able to generate prana. For those of you who don't know, prana is in discussions to be well, it's pretty much confirmed. I don't think it's 100% confirmed, but it's a high chance of it being listed on Binance, and you can exchange it, for USDC. So it does have that utility as well. So holding ZooVerse will then do that. And then all partners, except maybe Digimonks, will have the exact same booster percentage for the Yoga Pets staking. So if you hold a Yoga Pet and you hold a ZooVerse, they haven't released the percentage amount, but if you hold a Yoga Pet and you hold a ZooVerse, let's say you earn one Yoga Pet token. If you hold a ZooVerse, you'll hold 1.1, for example, but that's not that exact amount. I don't know they haven't clarified the amount yet, but for example, that's how it would work. And then there's a few other small details, but that's a bit of a general idea of how a simple partnership works with Yoga Pets.
Well, thanks a lot, Eman. Thanks a lot for sharing with us. We haven't dived into that deep with the Yoga Pets team, as we wanted to give them the space to do their main first. But yeah, I hope you guys. I think Eman probably knows a little more alpha than us. But from what he said, it seems like there's a lot of things that's going to happen. And on our end, as part of the core team, we'll be following up with them closely to ensure that this won't be just a partnership just for looks, but it will be something where every one of you guys will be able to benefit about it. So thanks, Eman, for letting us know. And for those of you who don't know, Eman actually just joined us today. So can you guys give him a warm welcome in the main comms for those of you who are here? Just tag his name and say welcome.
I've been welcomed already by your community, but thanks, I appreciate it in any case.
Yeah, we'll do it 3 times, man. So yeah. Okay, you have anything else you want to add? Okay, great. So I'll take the stage and I will share with you guys. I think let me look at my document. Okay. So Okay, so there's a few things that I'm going to go through. First is we're going to share about what are some of the key things that happen in the month of March, as well as go through some of the things that are going to come ahead. So this is on the operations and outreach side, which I'm going to share. And last but not least is something else which you guys are going to see later. Okay. So first off, in the month of March, okay, there's a few things that happened. So first, I want to point out that we had a partnership with this group called French Token FRT partner, FRT. So FRT is a crypto group where they share basically crypto calls. And we are actually one or probably the only partner that they have right now, where is all their calls are in FRT calls. Their hit rates are pretty decent, but I must give some transparency that all trading always have some sort of risk, and you must always make sure that you allocate a small amount and set the proper stop loss and things like that. Because I can tell you that yes, their hit rates are good, but unfortunately, I have been only following their trades that didn't do well. So it's not like the trades are not 100% win, but they are doing a pretty good job. I would say a win rate of about 70%. I would say a good 70%, but you have to make sure that you track closely and make sure that your account has that sufficient capital, and of course don't over invest. So first, FRT partnership, which is one that we have gotten, that have gone very well. Second is Lendo partnership, something which we announced on the 31st of April. So Lendo is very similar to FRT. They are basically a company which has which is founded by the CEO who has 20 plus years of experience in similar industries. So what they offer for this partnership is quite similar to FRT, where they have a bot that does this trading calls, more for long calls only, where they have a series of data to share with you guys what are the positions to take, what is the sizing to take, whether to long, whether to sell, or things like that. So that is Lendo calls, and for us, we have lifetime access to their Discord bots, which you can find inside this channel, which I'm going to tag now. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. Lendo calls and FRT calls. Okay, so for those of you who say that, oh, I can't see these two channels, the whole reason is because for us, something that we have always looked at is trying to balance out Gen 1 and Gen 2. Because think about it let's just talk from the giveaway perspective first. If I own a Gen 1 that I paid, probably 0.54, and let's say I buy a Gen 2 now that costs 0.02, it makes absolutely zero sense to have entry where Gen 1 and Gen 2 is equal. So similarly speaking, for our partnership, right? Previously, what we did was if you hold one Gen 1 and you hold or you hold at least two Gen 2, you'll be able to access all of this partnership call. However, because of the same reasons that I shared earlier, we've been thinking of rebalancing this, and that's why for now, FRT calls and lender calls are accessible to holders who have either 5 stake Gen 2 or 1 stake Gen 1. So we felt that is a much better rebalancing as because these are calls which are in a way valuable, and we might make the same change for access to other channels. It is not confirmed yet, but it's something that I want to let every one of you know in advance rather than spring the surprise on you guys. Okay, so those are the two partnerships that has been done. So let me share, and for us, right, one thing that we are also doing is trying to make this relationship with our partners a bit more interpersonal, and that's why we have also decided to do certain partnership art. So this is the one that you see that we did for Orlando, and there are also a few more which we are working on. I'll share in that in a little while more as well. Okay. So that is for Lando and that is for FRT. We do have other partnerships that we also have, such as with Breeze, with Origin Mainboard, and with several others partners as well. So for those of you who are interested, you can just head on to this channel partnerships. Every one of you should be able to access and take a look at the current partnerships that we have. So Lando and FRT are not there yet because it hasn't been updated, but the announcement has been made. Channels has all been up. Okay, so that's for partnership. Next part is community engagement, something I shared previously. That's something that we are trying to improve. So over the past month, we have been doing a few events. So the events is basically being planned and managed by Josh. Okay, Josh is God Milk XO. So he has been coordinating all of these events that we have done over the past months. So if you guys have joined, some of the events that we did are the ZooVerse puzzle, where we actually was the first time where we showed our HD Gen 1 art revamp. Where you guys have to, solve the puzzle and see the whole art come out. We also did a puzzle for our Gen 2, another Gen 2 sneak peek, similar puzzle as well for all of you guys to engage. Okay, so these are the events that we did to build up this community engagement portion. And also on my end, on the ZooVerse end, is also tweeting actively. And I would say that we are doing a good job, because since the past month where I've been being actively tweeting and having every one of you retweeting it and liking it and things like that, right? I actually have a few people who texted me and said that, hey, ZooVerse is. I actually have a few people asking me about ZooVerse that they want to join and things like that. And one of our holders, I think it's Whiskies, or I cannot remember. It was from Kaiju. Was recommended by Timothy. He also texted me. So I would say that these are the kind of things that are we are making progress on that end, right? And it's something that I will continuously do, which is to openly show about ZooVerse, and that is on my end. But another strong part of marketing is, of course, from basically holders, and this is something which let me see. So a lot of times, right, something which I like to do is I like to see what is this person's name. Let me hold on. Okay, something I like to do is see how other founders do it, because I'm not the smartest person in the room, and if other founders have done it successfully, right? The best way is really just to copy them and see what they do, such that I can replicate it on my own in terms of how ZooVerse is. So I want to share something which Rudy shared earlier, which is this thing about brand advocates. If you guys are free, you can read it. It's pretty long, but let me summarize it for you. Basically, what it says is that if a project just focus on marketing for their own project, right? It will not. It is a good form of marketing, but it will not touch a lot more people as compared to when you have community members who are advocating for your own brand. In this case, ZooVerse. Because when holders such as, I know that there's a few holders who are actively shielding, Richard, Borger, Looters. I know many more of you are really openly and saying, get a ZooVerse. We have a strong giveaways and things like that. But when we have brand advocates like each one of you, right, it is a very strong word of mouth marketing that costs us nothing. And especially when it comes from a holder, right, directly, it is more credibility tied to it, because we are not forcing you guys to say it's all from your own mouth, and especially when you're telling to a friend, it's much more credible. But at the same time, of course, I'm not here to say that, hey guys, you all should openly shoot for ZooVerse and things like that. I'm not going to tell you guys to do it, but what we are going to do is we are just going to show you guys exactly what we are doing, so you know exactly what we are doing. And ultimately, of course, we hope that every one of you will share ZooVerse with more people, but we'll leave that decision to you, and we'll just continue to do our part to be transparent, to be honest, to bring as much benefits to you guys, so that when you guys go out and talk about ZooVerse, it's not about, oh, ZooVerse has the best giveaway, but it rather be ZooVerse has one of the best giveaway in the space. They have one of the freaking best team who are committed and passionate about the space. None of them are drawing a single shit, and they are doing it for the passion of ZooVerse, their loyalty and dedication for ZooVerse. Even when the project has been rocked, they are coming back and bringing it back from the dead. They have one of their alpha team is one of the homegrown team. You can't find anywhere else a group of dedicated people, and they always hold events, community events, to ensure that the whole community is engaged, and they give out attractive prizes. For example, the event that we did few days ago, which the top prize was for whitelist. Yes, we have gotten it and we have already given it out. And another part of community engagement which we did is raiding time. Okay, so let me type this channel inside. Okay, raiding is something which not only we are not just forcing you guys to tweet, because when we do all these raids, right, what happens is when projects see us, they'll be much more inclined to say, oh, this group of people who are this group of people, some solid bunch of crazy animals that are commenting on my tweet. Who the hell are they? I need to find out about them. Two things will happen there. First, the odds of us getting collab is so much higher. Second, they'll find out a lot more about ZooVerse. And when they find out a lot more about ZooVerse, right, the odds of them coming to our community is much higher as well. And what we do in return for people who are active, who raid, is reward raiders. So for Wars VOD, right, you know what? I don't want a mistake that we made previously was every hype giveaways, great giveaways, we just run it in the ZooVerse giveaways, and everyone just do a one click and you register. Ideal, right, for every holder. But that is not the way where we can actually create and build a community. How do we do that? Is when we do things like raiding time and we reward people who do this kind of raids. Okay. And for raiders of Whatspot, we actually gave out we didn't have a lot of spots. Every project got like 10 spots, but for raiders we gave out 2 spots for raiders, and that's how we want to incentivize you guys. We will give benefits, we will give specialized allocated whitelist spots only for raiders, so that you guys will think like, oh, okay, if I raid for ZooVerse, I will be able to, the odds of me winning something will be higher. At the same time, I'm helping the project. So it's not only us trying to sustain the project, it becomes holders yourself wanting to see the success of the project. And that's how we actually build a brand. That is how we build a community. It's not a one-way street where the founders are the only one pushing the project ahead, but the community itself are the ones who say that I want to see ZooVerse succeed. And that is where this whole mindset and ownership mentality comes in, where all of us can play a part in pushing the whole project ahead, right? We are all the same here. We are not, even though on paper, right, that you say that co-founder or founder, I can tell you guys that it's just a title. I don't give a shit about the title. The reason why I have that title is that it's so much easier for me to go out to get partnerships, collabs, and things like that, such that people can look at us. At the end of the day, I'm just a community member that by you guys, where I've just decided to say, okay, I will take the lead with Oi, with Josh, with a few other team members, to ensure that we can continue to drive this project ahead as much as we can, as much as our time allows. So that's just something to share. I know I drifted off topic a bit, but it's just something which I share my exact thoughts of what's going on. Okay, so yeah, the last part about the event, right? I just wanted to touch on that event. So the event that we held a few days ago was something different, right? It was something that I did very long ago in this project called Wabi Sabi. Have you guys heard of this project before? Wabi Sabi. So if you guys search Wabi Sabi, just like heard before Wabi Sabi, just like yes, it's very long ago. Yeah, Wabi Sabi. Yeah, okay, so basically this event, right, what we did was I'm going to share a little bit for those of you who didn't manage to participate in the event, but I think it's important that I share with you guys what is this event about, and I'm going to paste it in main comms. So what this event that we did was a special where we asked you guys 16 questions about ZooVerse, particularly about ZooVerse, where sometimes you might have to do a bit of a scavenger hunt to find out the answers. And when you find the answer to each of these questions, the first letter of these answers, right, it's all jumbled up, but you have to figure out, and it will form a word which is only proprietary to ZooVerse. Okay, that was how the whole event work. And some of you might say that, oh, it's too long, it's too hard. And I can tell you that the questions were thought out by me. and I purposely made it such a way such that I can identify those who are in it, those of you who are willing to put in the effort, and every one of you, of everyone who participated, I think only 5 or 6 joined, and we actually gave all of you some of the better recent whitelists that are going to happen, which is was what, and we gave Codename Renegades as well, which is a free mint, which is a gaming NFT, and it's a free mint. So these are the kind of things that we are doing to host events where we can identify people who are willing to find out more about ZooVerse as well. So if you look at all of these questions, it's a bit long, but if you take a look at it, right, every single question is I spent a few hours to think of the question which relates everything about ZooVerse, right? To find out, not only find out more about ZooVerse, but also find out more about team. So we just look at the answer lies within Contail, Nikon, and EDL. You got to find out exactly where our collab team are from. 3 of them are based in Indonesia, right? Creative brains behind ZooVerse, Oi. So you know that Oi is the one that is managing the whole creative directions, right? Animal in the rebrand, Tiger. These are the kind of things where we want to share with you, and you, united we stand, divided we fall. Something that I believe in the community is important for us to do as well. The launch date of ZooVerse, every announcement, how do you address you guys? I think the last one was the outreach one. Okay, maybe that question was a bit hard, right? And a significant milestone when we took over ZooVerse. So all of this, right, is so that you guys will know exactly, you guys can be involved on the journey that we've been through of all the things that has happened and all the things that are important to us, right? And these are the kind of things that we want to impart to holders so that as much as you guys know, you guys will know exactly what is ZooVerse, what we stand for, what the team stands for, and at the end of the day, what does this whole word form? It forms signature Zuro, which is exactly something that's proprietary to us. Okay, so that is the event that we did, and I will share with you guys that as much as we can, we will continue to do similar events. It will not be the exact same event again, definitely, because this is quite tough. But there are other events which we will we'll plan, and of course we will continuously reward those active holders and people who engage with us. Okay. All right, so that is what happened during the past month. So far, anyone has any thoughts, any questions to share? Okay, I need you guys to, for those of you who are unmute, please do me a favor and just mute yourself first so that other people can also hear what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, so if you guys have any question, just type. Okay, so now let me share with you guys what's going to happen ahead, a few things. Okay, so first off, we are going to think of a ZooVerse. We are going to come up with a ZooVerse slogan. Okay, a ZooVerse slogan, which I can tell you guys that a slogan, right, is something like we say the signature Zuro and things like that. Something that we have, right? We are going to come up with we already have an idea of what it's going to be, but I want to share with you guys this. There's going to be a slogan that ties us all together, such that, and it's always a term that only we will know, but it's something where people see, they'll find it very unique to us. This slogan will signify something important. It's not just a word, but it's something that will bond us together as a community. It's something that will unite us together when we think of it, a bit like a vision. But when you think of it, you think that, oh, I'm part of something bigger and not just a project called ZooVerse, okay, where this slogan is part of you as well. Okay. We want to do something, not confirmed, where this slogan can potentially be something where you use in the raid. So just imagine when you guys are raiding a project and the whole project, we have the Zuro, right? But imagine if the whole project, every one of you are sharing our slogan, right? It's going to create this kind of effect on that raid. People will find out that, oh wow, what the hell is this slogan and things like that. It's going to be very cool. So that's one thing which we are doing right now. Slogan. Okay, the first one. Next, let me touch on partnerships. Okay, so you heard me announcing 2 partnerships. I spoke about 2 partnerships that happened back in March. I can tell you guys, in April, we are in talks with 3 other projects for partnerships, and everything is in discussion already. Okay. Slogan is in discussion, Iman. So we are still thinking because we want to see if we can create a art for this slogan, so it's not just a word, because if it's just a word and people don't see anything about the word, right, it becomes very like, oh, it's just a word, who cares? But if we can release like, kind of like a partnership art together with the slogan, right, the attention will immediately catch on the image and like, oh, what the hell is this image? And then that slogan will stick to people's head. So that's something that we do. We all eat, yes, I can tell you guys that Kongu is a project that is founded by a very close friend of mine in the space, okay, Mr. So, okay, and Kongu is a project that is very successful that I personally am in, and I respect their team a lot. So is a hustler, so is a hungry guy. He's my very good friend. And we all eat is something where it's proprietary to Kongu and it feels very powerful. And it's something that, I'll tell you guys, right, like what I said, right, when people are doing things well, you take what they are doing well and you change it to something your own. So we all eat is something that I got inspired from and think that, hey, maybe we should think of something for ZooVerse so that we can have something that is that people can recognize us for. So this is just to share, where the idea came from as well. Okay, so let me move back on to the partnerships, right? Like I said, we've announced 2, but we are already in discussion with three partnerships, okay, in talks. I'm not going to say their names, okay, but I'm going to share with you guys. Not going to release everything out of the bag. I'm going to share with you guys roughly what is it about. The first partnership, which will most probably be announced this coming week, okay, it's going to be something that will change our success stories. Okay, our success stories is not going to be just screenshots of a page saying our profit will be something and something something, but what we are going to do, or what's going to happen in this partnership is you guys will see that will see our whole success story change in a whole different way. And it's something where and it's going to be something, a particular thing which you'll see, which you will not see anywhere else. And it is something that you will only see in ZooVerse. Okay. And you know that ZooVerse has 4 animals, right? So this new thing that's going to happen, right? It will allow you to see something. It will allow you to choose between the 4 animals to display what you want to see. So yes, that is the next partnership that is coming up. Is going to happen sometime this week. I would say early this week. We are in the midst of just doing some final tests. But we are very excited to release this and share with you guys. So I'm not going to share a lot more from there on. Okay. Okay, that's one. The second one is a partnership with a marketing agency. Okay, so this partnership with a marketing agency will give us first dips. First dips, yes, that's the word. First dips into all their new projects that they're going to handle. And this marketing team are the team that manage let me look back at their track record, okay, so that I know what is it that they did. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me give you some context. Okay, this marketing team, okay, are the team that has helped projects like Steady Stack, help projects like Gorgeous by NYX, L'Oreal, help projects like VVV, and help projects like Club List with their marketing before. And this partnership will allow us to get first tips into their projects. And while other projects that are not partners will probably have only 1 giveaways, for us as first partners, we will get a few giveaways on our end, and we get first tips on these partners. They have really shared with me what are the next what are the next project they are working on. I can share that it's basically a game that every one of us will know. It's a game that every one of us will know. It's a very popular game. It's not God of War, but if you can think of God of War, you think of similar games, that kind of genre, you might be able to think of what other game is. Okay, and I might have said it in the early part during of the AMA as well. So that's the second partnership that's going to happen. Right now, we are in discussion. We are going to create a partnership up for that as well. Okay, that's 2. The third partnership that we are talking, which it is going in a very good stage, and I think it might be confirmed, is you guys might be able to guess it. So I'll come to that later. The next partnership is going to be discounted access to a premium subscription of something. So you guys might be able to guess that, but we are in discussion right now where all of ZooVerse holders, not sure if all, but probably Gen 1 or certain Gen 2, you guys will get discounted premium subscription access to that that particular project we have, which will make every one of our time easier for a really easier time for every one of us, especially if we are doing lots of giveaways. And the last one, which is what our good friend So has shared, ZooVerse X Kongu. I can tell you that this is something that has always been in talks with us and our good friend So. And since he's here, I can say that we are going to see how for us as ZooVerse we are able to benefit Kongu. We are able to give them what we have and support them. Because the reason why I can share with you guys why So is such a good friend with me. Let me show you guys the exact actual thing that happened, right? So there was once, so don't mind me saying this, but I will say as little info as possible. One day So came to me and he shared me that he came across someone who kind of he said, didn't really say some bad things about Kongu, but he just like in a way brush off Kongu to be like, oh, Kongu is just another project, right? And like so being the good friend as he is, whenever he has whenever people needs help, he's right there to connect people, to help them and things like that. So this particular person that said that Kongu is just another project, So was telling me that this guy just said that, and I was like, no, I literally say, fuck that guy, who's that guy, let me know who is he, I'm going to go and fuck his ass and things like that. But anyway, but something which caught me is that So just said that hey, he is whatever. We all know that what he's saying is not true. But this guy is basically still asking So for connects and things like that. And but the thing is, Mr. So is still helping to connect him with projects and things like that. And it's something where it's not a trait where you see in a lot of NFT projects. You don't see a lot in this space where people are like that people are so helpful with one another, that even though when people are saying that this and this happened, but it's very hard to find someone who just wants to help and have that vision that being in Web3, right, it's not only about my project doing well, it's about helping every single other projects doing well. Because if we are at the top and we are only at the top, then what's the freaking point, right? It is only going to be exciting if every one of us lift each other up, projects help one another. Because at the end of the day, this whole space is so new, it's so nascent, right? And we can only succeed if all of us help one another and push each other up. So that is something which that I really I admire from So, something which I learned from him as well. So as much as we can for us in ZooVerse, we'll do our best to help Kongu. We'll do our best to provide as much benefits as we can to Kongu holders. And yes, we'll be in talks with them. And I strongly believe that there will be something that that will come out of that, and that ZooVerse and Kongu will be, we'll be best friends forever as we have always been. So yes, okay. So that is the four partnerships which I want to share. Okay, let me see if there is anything which I have. Okay, now is the last. So before I move on to the last part, can I check if everyone is still following along? Okay, so if you are following along okay with what I said, if you are so motivated with what I'm saying, so bullish on ZooVerse, just type Zoo in the chat. Okay, great. I was just, I just wanted to, I didn't want it to be a one-way AMA, so that's why I always try to get you guys to engage, to and ask you guys if you guys are somewhat. Oi, you need to take a video of this. Okay, so guys, okay, while we are at this, okay, give me a moment. Oi, can you take a video of when you're recording? You let me know. Recording. Okay. Okay. So now I see you guys typing zoo, 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 right? Okay, we are going to use this exact thing for posting on Twitter later. Okay, I'm going to use this. So this is the exact thing which is that it is going to make people see that, oh, what the hell is this zoo, zoo, zoo. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so you guys, every one of you, type something, so that and I know that thanks a lot, Samad, for constantly spamming zoo and things like that. So that's really amazing. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Let me move on to the last thing which I'm going to share. It's 11 now, but this is something which I'm really, 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 really very excited to share. So previously, right, when newcomers come to ZooVerse, okay, wait, let me see whether I got this right. Okay, when newcomers come to ZooVerse, right, what they have to do is they have to rely on this newcomers guide, or like come to our main comms and they feel like, hey guys, okay, how do I stake my ZooVerse and things like that. And I feel that there's a lot of restriction, right? Especially if you're a new holder, you want to come in and you want to have a place where you can get all the information right up. And for holders, right? Holders, you can say, hey guys, just yes, you can, here's all the things that you need to find out everything about ZooVerse. That is something which I've been thinking about. How can we improve our newcomers guide to be something so freaking amazing where one look people will know that it's not only people will know how to stake their ZooVerse, but when they come in, they will know exactly what they need to do, exactly what is ZooVerse about, and exactly how they get started about. So are you guys ready to see this? Because I don't know if you guys will be as excited as I am, but if I'm the only one excited, I'm still going to show my excitement. So if you're excited, just type just do a zero. Okay, so if you're excited to see this, just go do a zero. Okay, I'm very excited. If I'm the only one hyped, I'll still be the only one that is very hyped up. Okay, because the more I look at it, the more I think that this is very amazing. Okay, so I'll wait for everyone in the chat to do a zero first. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what is this. Okay, so okay, hold on. Let me share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? If you guys can see my screen, please type okay. Please type okay if you guys can see my screen. Okay, great. I'm going to share with you guys this thing now, which is our ZooVerse Gitbook. Okay, I know. Okay, I'm going to try my best to sound very excited. Okay, this is our ZooVerse Gitbook. Okay, which will replace our newcomers guide. So in this ZooVerse Gitbook, right, it's going to be like our website, but it's going to be a website where it will help every single one of our new holders and our existing holders, where when they enter ZooVerse, when they come to ZooVerse, right, when they see this particular page, this website, they'll find out every single thing they need to do. They need to find out about ZooVerse. Okay, so the first off, this is actually more or less 80% complete. So the things like the slogan and adding the partnership, these are still a work in progress. But this will be this document where, as holders or new members, we are going to share it publicly as well once it's fully done, where people can click in and they know exactly what is ZooVerse about. Okay, so welcome to ZooVerse. Okay, we are introduction about us. So next part is of course sharing with everyone what are our ping roles in ZooVerse, because when you come to ZooVerse, we don't just want you to get a civilian role, right? We want you to benefit from all the roles that can help you to that they will give you an edge and track of all the news that's happening. So every single thing, every ping role that you have, and every description of what the ping roles are. Okay. Then you have our official links, our Discord, our Twitter. We're going to include our OpenSea links as well. But in a way, the Discord and Twitter are like the main social channels of ZooVerse, okay, where people are able to join our Discord immediately and follow our Twitter so that they know how to keep track of all our latest updates. The next one, staking ZooVerse, right? So this is something which there was a few comments, right, to say that how do we know how many when we stake, what are the roles that we get and things like that. So this is basically a guide for everyone to learn how to stake their ZooVerse, okay? And we also shared a lot more about staking, right? Which is our staking feature is designed to protect your ZooVerse in case of a wallet drain. So we actually have case studies of holders whose wallet got drained, but their ZooVerse NFT got intact because it is staked. So that's the reason why that's the whole reason why we get every one of you to stake as well. Because when you stake, right, you ensure that your ZooVerse would never be stolen in the case of anything. Okay. So all the instruction of staking as well as whatever Gen 1 you own and things like that, what are the roles that you will receive? Okay. So Gen 1, Gen 2, so on and so forth. Then moving on, holders benefits. Okay, so ZooVerse giveaway. This is something which also to share, right? As a ZooVerse holders, you get to participate in our giveaways, and this is an entire list of the entries that you will receive as a ZooVerse holder. So from staking your ZooVerse NFT, you know the roles that you will get, as well as in the giveaways, you know that when you participate in the giveaway, depending on what role you have, these are the and these are basically the entries that you will receive. So our Gen 1 respectively and your Gen 2 ZooVerse will also be stackable with your Gen 1 as well. Okay, and similarly for us, we also stated something which we shared on Twitter, right? That we create specific winner tracks labeled with DDC or road, so you know exactly what to do. So tracking your entries has never been easier, right? Next, our Alpha Center, basically sharing, basically in our Alpha chat, okay, what are the things apart from our calls from our holders, okay, what are the different channels that you can keep track of, what are the different channels that are Alpha channels that are important for you to know in case you want to follow. So like airdrops Alpha, triple scoop, min alert, training NFT, wallet tracker, so on and so forth. Next is all our partnerships. So a part of putting it on our Discord, we put it in this Git book as well. So at first glance, you know exactly what are all the partnerships that we here. So of course, FRT is missing, Lendo is missing, and of course, this list will probably expand by another five or six more. So this is where at one glance, everyone will know of all the quality partners that we have that has, you know, trusted us and supported us at the end of the day. And last but not least is an introduction to our ZooVerse team, because we believe that it's important where everyone knows the background of our team, such that you know you are not just buying a project for the whitelist, right? That you are buying a project to know who are the ones that are running it, because you have to know who are the ones that are running the project in order for you to feel that sense of security of you putting your money in. Okay, so we break it in different groups, right? Leadership, like you know, like OI, and a quick description of ours, which we got from all our team members, myself, and our respective roles in ZooVerse as well. Okay, so Mr. H, our lead developer and founder of Web3 auditing as well. Alpha team, okay, all the introduction of our Alpha team members are all over here. Okay, Green, our head of Alpha, Soda, Terra, Blythe is basically the background of the personal description and background from all the team members of ZooVerse. Okay, so you know exactly what they do and them as the core team. Our moderation team, Bambi, our senior moderator and the AMA lead, amazing guy. And some of it are, you know, really personal stories, which, you know, which we hear already, you'll feel more connected to our team as well. Priye and Brando as well. And our collaboration team, every single one of our collaboration team who are out there, you know, hunting for whitelists and projects to collect, everything is all over here. So similarly, from this ZooVerse team, you as a holder or you as someone learning to find out more about ZooVerse, you get to learn everything you can behind the team members as well. Okay, so basically, this is our ZooVerse Gitbook, which will replace our newcomers guide, and it's going to serve as both for new holders and existing holders to look at this and they find out everything they can about ZooVerse. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is a good idea? So if you guys think it's a good idea, say, if you guys think it's a nice idea, say it's good, you know, or say nice or whatever it is. If you think it's shit, just say it's shit. Okay, then let me know what I can work on. and I can see what I can add on as well. But the goal is for this to be like, where in a way, even as a non-holder, you are able to see everything that is about ZooVerse, which then in turn, right, it will actually help our engagement because people were like, oh wow, ZooVerse, oh interesting, they have so much things, so much partners, what a crazy stack team, and things like that, and they get to find out a lot more information about ZooVerse, which helps our marketing and exposure a lot more. Okay, so yes, that's actually what I wanted to share, and basically to sum it, that is all that we want to share for today's ZooVerse Direct. Okay, so before we sum up, please DM us with some suggestions as well. We really appreciate it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to just type in the chat, and so that we can help to answer it. Okay, let us know. We'll just wait a few minutes for any questions that you guys have. I know DDT is minting now. How's it doing? It's guaranteed first, right? Okay, let me see. Is it guaranteed first?
Yeah, it's guaranteed first now, and then I think tomorrow it's first come first serve.
Oh, okay. April to Plum List. Okay, so we are tomorrow. We are Plum List for those of you in ZooVerse. For the giveaways, we are Plum List. So we are tomorrow. All right, let me see if there's any questions or thoughts. Yeah, Llamaverse, I have no idea what's going on. I haven't been following Llamaverse a lot, so hard for me to comment. But yeah, I know that they have been doing lots of projects and things like that. But I know Llama is a great guy. But anyway, if we will do our best to help them as much as they can. I know that they had some holders were saying some stuff, and and I think it was trolling, and actually Llama came in off the Discord, and some people were talking about it and things like that. But yeah. All right. Anyone has any thoughts? How are you seeing this year in Web3? How can projects stay at par with the changing dynamics? Okay, I think that that is a tough question, and I don't have a straight answer for this. But I think that generally speaking in Web3, right? I think that this year, at least from what we see, I think NFT will continue to stay at a pretty low period. And that there will still be projects that will be coming into the NFT space. And I know that there are Web2 companies that are looking to enter the NFT space. But generally speaking, I think it's going to be quite I would say a slow year, that you won't see a lot of very big exciting things happening in NFT space. But I think that gaming will start to take a more leading role in Web3. As you can see, right, there's a lot more memes coming up for Polygon, coming up for the other one is Arbitrum, right? Yeah, mainly Polygon, Matic. So for all of you who don't have, right, go and top up a bit of Matic, because I think that gaming NFT will start to take a front seat role. You will start to see a lot more gaming projects that will be coming up there. That's one. How can projects stay apart with the changing dynamics moving forward? I think it has always been, regardless of creating new things and things like that, right? I won't talk about being able to create groundbreaking utilities, because different project is different. For example, like us, I can't tell you that we're going to create groundbreaking utilities, because the fact is is groundbreaking is a very hard word to say. But what I can say that I think 1 year ago and 1 year now, the idea is the same as running a company, right? Which is that how projects stay at par is really being honest and being transparent with what they are doing, with and not trying to be pressured by their holders or by people from external community to tell them what to do and to guide their decisions and be pressured by them. So it's about, like, being really honest, and if you can't do something, we will just say that we can't do something. And when we have any new updates, we will just keep letting you guys know, okay, these are what's happening, these are what is not happening, and things like that, of course with valid reasoning and excuse. So I think that's exactly how projects will continue to stay on par, continue to be sustainable in the space, is when you're in a space where you know that you listen to your holders. But at the same time, right, of course, is as team members, is always to be professional and not to brush any holders aside, and being open and understanding that team members have a valid perspective with where they are coming from, and it is up to us to take that feedback and idea to implement it. And if we can't implement it, we will just say why we can't implement it. So I think that is exactly how projects will continue to stay in part. Not over promising and telling everyone that shit is coming and things like that, and at the end of the day you're only going to create hype. But it is only a temporary push and a hype. But how do you sustain is being honest, being transparent, and not trying to hide some shady shit that you have done. If you have no money, say you have no money. If you are doing some new things, say you're not doing some new thing. If you're not doing shit, just say you're not doing shit. Because at the end of the day, those who believe will stay, those who don't believe will just be replaced, which is what we have seen in ZooVerse over the past few months since we've taken over as well. Okay, anyone has any thoughts? Anyone any questions? Yeah, Oi is not Ollie. Okay. The first founder of ZooVerse was Ollie Owen. This guy is no longer Oi. Okay, so the next person who say that Oi is Ollie and say that Oi is rugging, I'm going to slap your face. Okay, we've actually had people.
What?
Yeah, we've actually had people who misunderstood that before, but that's okay. We will. The things were involved. Yeah, but it's okay. Those who let me think of the quote. Those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. Yes, that's the quote. Great. Okay. Any last thoughts? Because I think that I want to end our AMA. I want to end this ZooVerse direct session right now. It's about 11:17. Any other last questions? I'll just give another 1 minute before we close off this AMA. Yeah, I got one more quote. Don't be an asshole. Always don't be an asshole. Okay. Great. So I see no questions. I will just close off with this one more thing. I know that you guys know that recently we released an application for to join us at the ZooVerse team, right? We have actually have some people who will be joining us on a trial. I'm very, very excited to introduce these new community members to join us as the team. I've always believed from the bottom of my heart that the best people to find in any team is the people from the community themselves, because these are the ones which are dedicated, which are loyal, and will only want to see the success of the project. That was how we built the ZooVerse team from the ground up. That was how we revamped the team from there, and that is how we are going to continue to do it moving ahead. A couple of applications are closed, but if it's open again, we will let you know. Yeah. The poverty thing which 33 said. 33. So for everyone share, 33 has been. I suggest every one of you to follow 33 on Twitter. He has been sharing really amazing daily quotes, really amazing. I've been learning a lot looking at his quotes and his positivity and mindset. Follow him. Go and look at his quote because it's really amazing. Something he shared about poverty is very interesting because in life, right, there is this thing called poverty mindset. Okay, a poverty mindset is a mindset where you only have the thought where if I give this person more, I will have less for myself. Okay, so in the NFT space, you see a lot of people like this having the poverty mindset, which is if I give this person, I will have none for myself. But it's a very selfish mindset to have because you will never be happy that way because you'll find that true happiness actually comes when you're in a space you're in a position to help people. So instead of the poverty mindset, right, change the mindset to abundance mindset. Where another quote which I like to share is that the only time that you will look in your neighbor's bowl is whether they have enough. Okay, the only time you look in your neighbor's bowl is whether they have enough. Okay, and a mindset of abundance is by saying that if the more I give, the more I have. Very simple. It's not just in empty space, it's just in life generally. So whenever that, all of us are very lucky to be here, right? Whenever you are in a position to give back to people, to a community, not for money, okay, not for money, but whenever you are in a space where you have the capabilities to give back to other community, to give back to people who are not so fortunate like you. Do it, right? Do it because when you can help someone, right, it empowers you so much more than just keeping it all to yourself. Okay, this is a life thought. It's not an NFT lesson. It's a life thought. You know, do your best to donate. I can recommend you something. Let me I believe that you guys have your own place in your country and things like that. But this is something which I donate every single month to Give.Asia, okay, where you can select certain a particular case where you can give money in. Every single month I donate to this group, a particular project to fundraise to support this people because that there's a lot of people that are not as fortunate as us and I made it a point where I can do it, right, that to just donate because when you do it right and when you really intentionally take this time to look into how this kind of people that what struggles people are facing around the world, right, you get to empathize a lot and you just get to be human and when you can give, right, when you're able to give, right, it's a very very strong space to be in. Never, everyone says money revolves around the world and shit, right? It's true, you need money for things. But honestly, true happiness is never about having the most money. I've seen people who have shit ton of money, but they are miserable as shit. And while I've seen people who are living paycheck to paycheck, but they are just feeling happy, and it's something where the whole world can't figure out even at this point in life. So, but all I'm saying is, money is important. But what's more important is, at the very least, just every month, it's not a big amount. Give back to people, help people, and all, and you just feel a lot better about yourself. You feel better a lot more about the world, and at the end of the day, that is the whole reason why I personally decided to take over ZooVerse. It's just because I want to help. I am a person who is, I don't just forget where I came from. ZooVerse got me to where I am today. And like if I just decide to just throw it away because of like, oh, ZooVerse are not paying me shit anymore and all right, then what does it say of me as a person? I can't live with myself. When you can have that mentality in whatever you do in your job and things like that, right? It brings you it brings you to the next level of thinking, right? Where you're not just in something for money, but you're in something for a purpose, for a goal. And that is a new level of dedication. That is a new level of loyalty that you cannot find elsewhere. And I can share that this is the exact kind of dedication that I'm not just over here to shield myself, but this is the kind of dedication that myself, Josh, and every single one of the core team in ZooVerse has. And that's the whole reason why we are here. That's the whole reason why I'm here talking for 1.5 hours. Is for this whole reason. Okay, I've talked too much. So thanks everyone for your time. Appreciate you guys listening to all of us. And we will see you guys soon again. There's going to be a few AMS that's going to happen this week. I'll be hosting one on Tuesday as well. So be sure to tune in, and a lot more exciting things are going to come. And as usual, while you're here, we will take care of you. So thank you, everyone.